Do you often find yourself saying, yes, when you really want to say, no? As women, we often put everyone else's needs before our own. But it's important to remember that setting boundaries is not about being selfish or rude. It's about taking care of yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for others. Here are 10 tips on how to set boundaries without being rude. Recommendation number 1. No is a complete sentence. Establishing boundaries can be challenging, particularly when we feel the need to explain why we are saying no. You are asserting your boundaries and taking charge of your own life when you say no with confidence and conviction. So how can you begin saying no more frequently? You are not required to accept every invitation or request that comes your way. It's acceptable to put your own needs first and to decline requests that conflict with your objectives or core principles. Keep your no responses brief and to the point. Recommendation number 2. Identify your values and prioritize accordingly. Knowing what you stand for is crucial when it comes to creating limits. Your values are the guiding ideas that determine how you wish to live your life. And they are essential in establishing your boundaries. You can establish boundaries that are true to you and in line with your objectives. By determining your values and setting priorities accordingly. Consider the periods in your life when you felt the happiest, most alive, and most fulfilled. What principles did you uphold at that time? Honesty, respect, compassion, creativity, and adventure are some shared values. Although everyone has their own set of values. Once you've determined what your values are, give them the appropriate order. For instance, if maintaining a work-life balance is one of your core beliefs, you might have to decline extra work assignments or commitments that take up your free time. Recommendation number 3. Use I statements to communicate your needs. It's important to respectfully and clearly express your demands while creating boundaries. Start by recognizing your feelings and needs. You might feel irritated and insulted, for instance, if someone keeps cutting you off in the middle of a sentence. You can then explain your boundaries by saying, "When I keep getting cut off, I get annoyed. May we please switch off speaking?" By speaking in the first person, you are expressing your own wants and emotions rather than criticizing or blaming the other person. This can encourage better communication and relationships while diffusing difficult circumstances. Recommendation number 4. Practice saying, "Thank you," instead of apologizing. Even when we haven't done anything wrong, many of us have a tendency to apologize. This is particularly true when it comes to establishing limits. Because we could feel like we are bothering or disturbing other people. So instead of apologizing, try saying, "Thank you." Saying, "Thank you," may be a potent approach to stand up for your rights while also expressing appreciation and respect. This asserts your needs while also politely and respectfully communicating your boundary. You can change your perspective from one of guilt and shame to one of gratitude and self-respect. By practicing expressing, "Thank you," rather of apologizing. You are acknowledging your own needs and boundaries and expressing gratitude to those who do the same. Instead of apologizing, you can declare your limits in a way that is assured, courteous, and empowering by saying, "Thank you." Recommendation number 5. Set clear consequences for crossing your boundaries. Setting clear repercussions for when those boundaries are broken is crucial when establishing boundaries. You can decide to remove yourself from someone or stop talking to them. If they keep making improper comments despite your attempts to make them aware of your discomfort. Explain your consequences clearly and forcefully. These should always put your safety and well-being first and be stated in a straightforward and courteous manner. You are stating your demands and demonstrating to others your seriousness about your personal well-being. By establishing clear repercussions for crossing your limits. This can support the development of healthier connections and help you and those around you live in a more upbeat and powerful atmosphere. Recommendation number 6. Be assertive, not aggressive. To be assertive, begin by respectfully expressing your demands and feelings by speaking in the first person. Instead than assaulting the individual, concentrate on the specific action or circumstance that is out of bounds. Keep in mind that developing assertiveness requires work, and it's acceptable to make errors along the road. It's also critical to understand that not everyone will welcome your boldness, and that's fine. Although you have no control over how other people will react, you do have power over how you set limits. Being forceful rather than hostile allows you to respect both yourself and other people while fostering better interpersonal interactions. Recommendation number 7. Use humor to diffuse tension. It's typical for there to be tension or disagreement when defining boundaries between you and other people. Under these circumstances, employing humor can be a potent strategy to reduce tension and encourage better dialogue. Humor can assist to break the ice and foster a more laid-back and optimistic atmosphere. Finding a connection with the other person is the first step in using comedy. This might be a common interest or a humorous take on the current circumstance. Then, you can utilize comedy to put everyone at ease and lighten the atmosphere. You may encourage a more upbeat and joyful atmosphere for yourself and people around you by utilizing comedy to ease tension. You are demonstrating that you can maintain a sense of fun and lightness while respectfully asserting your boundaries. Recommendation number 8. Take a break when needed. Knowing when to step away from a situation or take a break is crucial when setting boundaries. This could be a sign that you are anxious, overextended, or otherwise triggered. A strong method to respect your own needs and well-being is to take a break. It enables you to take a break, refuel, and return to the circumstance with a calmer head and a stronger sense of self. Communicate your needs openly and assertively to take a break. Tell the other person that you need some alone time and that you will return at a given time or after a certain period of time. It's critical to put yourself first and take care of yourself, especially when establishing boundaries in stressful or upsetting circumstances. Recommendation number 9. Practice self-compassion. Being kind and compassionate to yourself when setting boundaries is crucial. Especially if the circumstance is difficult or triggering in any manner. Treating yourself with the same courtesy, consideration, and understanding that you would extend to a good friend is a key component of self-compassion. Let yourself to feel whatever feelings are present without judging or criticizing yourself. It's equally crucial to put your personal well-being and self-care first. This could entail taking a break when necessary, partaking in enjoyable and relaxing pursuits, or asking for assistance from others when required. Keep in mind that developing self-compassion requires time and effort, and it's acceptable to falter along the road. You are encouraging a healthier and more empowering relationship with yourself by putting your own well-being first. Recommendation number 10. Remember that setting boundaries is a process, not a one-time event. Boundaries involve continual consideration, discussion, and self-reflection. They are not something you set once and then forget about. Defining your requirements and values, expressing them in a clear manner, and modifying them as needed over time are all steps in the process of setting limits. While you go through this process, it's important to be kind and patient with yourself, and to understand that setting and enforcing your limits completely may take some time. Remember, setting boundaries is not always easy, but it's essential for your own well-being. Be sure to check out the description below for more tips on love and relationships. Check out this playlist of the top 10 videos on relationship advice for women. And we'll see you in the next video. With love.